Hey friends, and welcome back to another review of The Acolyte. So this is episode 3 called Destiny. So I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler-free review first, and then we're going to go into some spoiler section then. So you can watch up until then if you haven't seen the episode, and then come back after. Or if you're okay with spoilers, then let's get cracking on, because yeah, we just want to have a little chat with you guys about it all. So we're going to do the spoiler free first. So let's have a little look into that. So we are introduced to a few more characters in this episode, and not really spoiler free, but this is a backstory episode. There we go. Backstory episode this one is. So I thought that we were going to have this towards the middle of the season, maybe slightly towards the end. That's what they usually do, to give you context of like they let you keep wondering for a while. But I think because there's been so many this is what happened type of thing, and you kind of know what's going to happen type of thing, they've introduced this early, so that tells me that what you think's happened isn't really going to happen, I think. But we'll talk more in detail about that in the spoiler section. So it is interesting that that's now, and it is kind of needed, I think, for the rest of the story, because episode 1 and 2 was a bit full on with why is this character doing all that, the assassin character, why are they doing all that in those episodes. So it is interesting to see all that there. Yeah, I said last week to keep a ear out for the music, but I didn't really. So that's again, so I think it's just subtle in there, so it's quite nice and things like that on there. I am gonna say there was a bit in there with the CG I thought was lacked. There wasn't that much CG in this. There wasn't that many spaceships and things like that in this actual episode. But there was one little, like a bird type thing, like a translucent bird on it. And it looked quite bad as a CG model, I think. It was kind of like if it was rushed to put that in, and it wasn't. I know what they were trying to make it look a little bit more translucent, so maybe that's why it wasn't fully rendered in and sat well, because it sat on a hand, and I don't think there was any like shadows in it. I didn't look too closely, but it just looked off, that bit there. So I was a little bit disappointed with that on there. So not saying it spoiled the entire thing, not at all, because this one is very much story, this episode. There's not that much action in it. There's a little tiny bit of action towards the end, but it is all story based, and we get, like I said, we get to meet some new characters, and Jodie Turner-Smith, who is one of those new characters as well, is phenomenal in there. We get to know a little bit more about what happens to certain cultures, if you will, on there. So I'm a bit torn by some decisions that's been made on there. I can see why some of the Jedi are making these decisions, and also get going type of thing, really. So, but we'll talk more about that in detail now. Something I forgot to talk about last week was there was a line in there that says peace is a lie. Now, peace is a lie. I was said by the mysterious Dark Lord that the assassin reports to. Now, peace is a lie is from the Knights of the Old Republic games, with the Sith mantra, and there's a whole thing about that. So, and in this episode, there was a line that was said that sounded similar to the mantra, but isn't as well. But we'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, that's interesting that they're using that character used a Sith mantra there. So yeah, it's early days for the Sith. So because okay, let's get rolling onto the spoiler territory, because yeah, I don't think I need to say this now while it's in my head. So if you haven't watched the episode yet and you don't want any spoilers, then just pause the video here, click click on the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then go watch it and come back. But if you are okay with the spoilers, or you have seen the episode already, then let's carry on. This is your spoiler warning. We are going into spoilers now. So I just thought then, it came into my head, Darth Sidious. So this is about 100 years before Darth Sidious, isn't it, really? Or before his rise. And he said that his master, Darth Plagueis, is this Darth Plagueis? Is it that Sith on there? So I just had that as a little bit of a brainwave, really. So, but yeah, we'll carry on with this line. So then, like I said last week, that this character said peace is a lie, and that's from the Nicene Republic Sith mantra. And this week then, Mother Anisha, the mother, the Reverend Mother, or whatever it is, she said there is only power. Now I thought that was quite like, oh, okay, that's kind of Sithy, really, because I'll read the mantra now. So it's like, peace is a lie, there is only passion. Through passion I gain strength, through strength I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. So they're all about this thread as well. A thread, a chain, similar kind of concept there. So it's very Sith-like thinking. It's like power is better than peace and things like that. So so just to let you know, the Jedi mantra is, there is no emotion, there is peace, there is no ignorance, there is knowledge, there is no passion, there is serenity, there is no chaos, there is harmony, there is no death, there is the Force. So just to let you guys know. But yeah, I find that quite interesting, that this whole concept of it is power, and that's very Sith-like, especially in last week, when the mysterious Lord said peace is a lie. So yeah, interesting to see. I still think it's not Revan. I really hope it's not Revan, but there we go. Right, so these, I do believe these are Night Sisters. It's like a cult of Night Sisters, which are being allowed to continue practicing by the Republic, as long as they don't train new children. And obviously the Jedi find out that they are, with May and Hoshi, or whatever her name is, can't remember now. And yeah, it's like, they obviously do. And the Jedi find out, and that's when they like investigate it. So yeah, that's quite interesting that they got this, because Jedi is kind of a cult anyway, really. And now they're kind of dictating, like going, well, you can't train your children, but we can. We're going to take them away. And it's like, I think this is, again, all the downfall of the High Republic. And it's what starts the crumbling, really. Like, and I want to see true Jedi, nice, honorable Jedi. It's like they were honorable. They didn't attack and things like that. So, well, we think at the moment, or we're led to believe that they might. Who knows? So it's quite interesting that they do have all this Night Sister witchery, this coven, and they're coming in saying, yeah, we're allowing you to be okay, to be around, but you don't train children. We're going to test them and then take them. It's like doesn't thing, but then like, because one of the girls wants to leave and wants to become a Jedi, and they're kind of like going, you can't be a Jedi and blah blah blah. It's like, well, let her decide. And it's like, and that's the same thing with the Jedi should be the same. And obviously May lied in the test, so that was, she wasn't going to be taken away to become a Jedi. So, and the Jedi weren't pushing at that we know of. So they were like, right, okay, yeah, you're not going, but you're coming with us, type thing. But they want to go. She wants to go with them. So I think that's what should be done, really. And then May obviously sets that fire and wants to destroy her. And I can't believe that the fire destroys the whole Coven fortress. temple, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that she did, to be honest, because she seemed a bit shocked anyway, and Saul was there quite quickly. So I think we're led to believe that the Jedi came and attacked, and obviously all the witches were dead as well. I think we're led to believe that the Jedi come in and kill all of the witches there. I think that's what they want us to believe, what May thinks happened as well, and then they destroyed the temple. Now, what I think happened, or what my theory on it is that this Sith Lord came and started destroying things. Saul was like on watch. He saw like the explosion stuff, and he quickly got there and was there to try and help. But obviously, everyone was dead by then. He tried to save the girls, but they weren't. So I think that's what's happened. But we shall see. We shall see. If it is down to the fact that the Jedi just snuck in and murdered everyone, then I'm not going to like this as much, because that's not what the Jedi should be doing, and they shouldn't be making series out there because like, the Jedi were supposed to be this... they're good in the galaxy and stuff like that. So it's like, by every single thing we see in all these shows is like making out that the Jedi are bad. Like Luke going to kill Kylo Ren because he had a bad dream and things like that. It's like, and this whole when Mace Windu goes to kill Palpatine, and it's like Anakin is like, oh no, he must stand trial. It's like, well, you didn't let Dooku stand trial, did you? But anyway, so hopefully it won't be. Hopefully I am right with that it's this Sith that's orchestrated all this, because we know that Sith do orchestrate a lot of it. Yeah, so I thought it was an interesting little take on it, this little culthood, really. And it's like I feel for them, but I don't feel for them. This is the same with the Jedi at the moment. It's like I can see both sides of the coin, that they're good and bad for both the Jedi and these witches. So yeah, really good. So it's like the only bit of action really was towards the end when this thing was blown up and stuff like so. So it was really heavy on the story, but it needed it. So now I think we're going to go forward then with him looking at this, the Wookiee character. So May's going to try and kill the Wookiee character, so they're going to try and save that character, I think, there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to where it's going. It's definitely interesting, to be honest. It is different. Like I said last week, it is very much like the Andor series. That level of darkness is no slight like happy cheery side to it, because like Mandalorian does have its little quirks and stuff like to make it a bit happier, but this is quite dark, which is what I quite like, to be honest. It's needed. Yeah, happy days. So I think I can't really say much more on that. It is really good. So let me know in the comments, guys, your theories and things. I don't want, I know there's people been saying that there's leaks out there of who the Sith Lord is. Please do not post the leaks of it. I just want to know your theories and your thoughts on this episode. And did you like it? Didn't you like it? What is your thought process on this? Because we don't want leaks and stuff like that, because sometimes leaks aren't correct, and two, it just spoils the surprise then for people. So, and it's like people just sometimes just read the comments because they just want to read people's theories. They don't want to read people's leaked spoilers and things on there. So happy days. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and click the notification bell as well. And also consider joining our membership. Johnny will be back this Friday evening / Saturday early hours in the morning to do another Doctor Who review. So make sure to check that out. But until next time, bye, guys.